in the last episode we did a bit of a filler quest to, well, basically make some money and also also pass the time until we get the boss quests more rewarding. So let's see what we get this time and let's play Darkest Dungeon. But first we shall see if we can... look at that, he's still gambling. Let's see what we can upgrade. I'm mostly trying to focus on those two buildings because those will allow me to upgrade my heroes further. We need a lot of these for that. To make things cheaper, which is, I think, a very good idea. But we're only one deed short of actually getting the armor smithing upgrade. So, yeah, let's just not upgrade any of that. Can we get the guild upgrade? No. We can! This cost of skill training, which is handy, I guess. Okay, so 30% training cost reduction. What skills do you have? Definitely want that. We'll keep that. And while we're here, we'll learn that. Okay, Baudry, you want to learn that for sure. Those two are not necessary, in my opinion. Sydney, you want to get the... Yeah, let's just take all the skills here. Although there are some I haven't used yet. I don't like the torch -5 skills, for example, because they take light away. And that does never seem like a very good idea to me. Okay, can we upgrade anything here? Could get the transept upgraded. Yeah, why not? And the penance hall, which I think is more expensive, so we'll take that first.
A man in a robe, claiming communion with the divine. Madness.
Okay, so... I think we could be ready for the Swine Prince again. But the Dark Tambourine is also not that great in my opinion. Actually, it would be kinda nice to have. But let's see what the rest has in store for us. That's nothing I would consider great, especially because level 3 quest, and that's not worth it. Okay, this is also not exactly great. Neither is that. Nor that. I think I already have one set of those, so I don't think it's too great, especially for level 3 quest. Which requires, I think, level 3, obviously. Okay, I think we'll just, I don't feel like going to the Darkest Dungeon just yet. I'm gonna say that as it is, I don't think we should go in there. I also realized it was one of the first quests I did without a jester in my party. And it went pretty damn well, to be honest. Okay, so... what I'm wondering now is, where was that... Oh, there it is. That's the Chronicle thing. Okay, so we have defeated those. We have defeated that. We still need to defeat the Brigand 8-pounder, which is a boss we have not seen yet. And we have to fight the two bosses at the... what was that place called? The Warrens, that was a word. We still have to fight those. And if the rewards were any better, I would actually consider trying to hit the Warrens now, but yeah, that's just not good. We'll probably take the deeds here. Although I'm wondering what that event does, so let's actually do that. We'll cover 3 grain sacks. You get out, you get out, you get out. We will take... that's an apprentice quest, so you will not go there anymore. I will take Follet. We'll take Russell here. Reveres. Actually, no, we can take a weaker one. Could actually take Sydney with us. So you get some experience, and we can do... we could take one more with us. Let's go with Lankato. Because why the hell not? Cirque de Dams. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. I probably butchered it. But let's figure out what the what the bumper crop event does for us. Just drink something quickly. Always have some water ready when I'm recording. Okay. So, let's go in with this wonderful team and see what we can find. I mean, we're kinda short on crests as well, but not exactly short. Do we have an ambush preventing skill? You could learn that. Okay, so that would prevent an ambush. And you already have it, so I think it's fine. What can you learn, actually? Battle trance. Check the gods, sharp spear. Okay, that's just all nice and dandy, but I don't think we'll have to learn too much about that. Okay. You have the skills I want. Yes. You also have the skills I want, although I don't think that's too great. We want to have the weakening curse. Or do we? This one, that. Well, you're in the last position anyway, so... Could pull people around. Yeah, we'll take that. That may come in handy. You're compulsive. No. No. Go away. We do want to get rid of that. I will not take this with me into the dungeon. Get that sorted, please. Kinda glad I noticed that. Okay, we need another team now. You have anything? You're also compulsive. God damn it. Should really check the traits there. There, get fixed. Yes, it is. Now let me close that. Okay. That's a bummer now. We need... actually need a healer. Or do we? Okay, we'll have to drop the abomination because I suppose I'll have to go with Vestal here. And as we all know, those refuse to work with abominations. So we'll send those guys in. Don't need that, you want that. Okay, that works. That works as well. Even though we could actually go with another adventure here, we could just send in like I don't know, we could probably go with a bounty hunter or even with the man-at-arms here. So we could send in Dufay, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. Okay, anyway, let's just dive in. What's the worst that could happen, right? Okay, we'll get 4 shovels, we'll get 4 keys, we'll take 6 herbs, because I do think they're going to be necessary. 5 holy water and a lot of light sources. Actually, 12 did reasonably well last time, so we'll take 12 with us, and then we'll get some food. In the world, since everything is basically pig-based, you can actually have an okayish chance of getting more food. But I don't want to stretch my luck there, so at least not too much. I mean, you know, I'm stretching my luck a lot of times. So, yeah. Let's just not overdo it here. Let's bring one more torch. And then embark. We'll have those 1,000 gold for whatever later. Let's bring another shovel, because the place can be full of barricades and shit, so it's probably a good idea to bring at least one more shovel. We're pretty much guaranteed to hit at least one barrier, so we'll get rid of that one shovel pretty soon. And then we'll have that free slot. Although I gotta say, inventory management is done okay in this game. I mean, it's never a fun aspect in most games I've seen so far, but in this particular case,
beast will lay down when it is not eaten. Steal their food.
Actually makes sense to have it, because you're always under this pressure to maintain your resources.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Okay, we'll take that. And we also have to explore every damn room here, because we don't exactly know where those quest items are. Oh, there's a secret door, nice. So, secret door is here. Go in there. And we're gonna use one of those keys. Ooh, so nice. That was pretty sweet to have, and we get the first hunger attack already. Oh boy. Okay, let's see, there's more loot here. Stashed heirlooms, eh? Lovely. We'll take these for that. And we'll have to leave those those crests over there. Again, it's a shame we can't go back and pick them up. Don't need that. Is that a new journal page? Okay, we'll read that. Our purpose was to desecrate their animalistic shrines and thus disperse the swine folk. But soon we came across an artifact. This was far beyond the crude fetishes crafted by the pigmen. It looked as if obsidian had been grown and twisted into a dark symbol of worship. It cradled a pulsing red orb, glowing with malevolent light. Cuthbert, Bolin, and I hesitated, but Drysten to Mizir, driven by a crazed impulse, thrust his torch into a hidden receptacle and thus sealed our fate. Yeah, we've read that before, so we'll leave that behind. We'll not take any of that, which is a shame, because that's a lot of money sitting there. Ouch. Totally forgot about the trap.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
Yeah, thanks for rubbing it in. Thank you for rubbing it in. That was so necessary. Okay. I think we want to Iron Swan this guy. Because those guys suck. They need to die as soon as possible. Harvest there. No, no bleeding, okay. I would hope the Hound's Rush actually kills this guy, but sadly I was not... Oh, okay, we got it, we got it.
On its own.
I really hate those vomiting swine there, so try to focus them down first. But that's not good. Now we are marked. Being marked is always bad. Ow! Ow, it's horrible. And it gave us blight. Was it really necessary? Can you patch him up, please? Pretty quick would be nice. Okay. We'll go harvest again. So this one is done for. This one's also done for. Not without giving me the drums of reputation once again. Maybe it's time to lick your wounds. It's always a nice skill to have. I like how reasonably self-sufficient the Houndmaster actually is. Could go with the stabby skill actually.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Okay, let's keep healing. Let's just keep healing because those two should actually perish as soon as the next turn rolls in for them.
Life is taken.
this. And you get yourself licked again. Probably doesn't do well with the infection there, but I guess I can't blame you for anything, and I suppose we can also start de-stressing you. There we go. Okay, is that... Ooh, nice. The Black is a Fates 2 of 5. Since we just read first one, we'll do that. In that same instant we found ourselves in a place of suffocating dark, facing a creature that defies description and whose recollection causes my quill to jump and shudder. It is merciful only fragments of our battle remain in my psyche. I see Cuthbert hacking at the quivering appendages of the monster. I recall how a piece of its flesh sloughed off and of its own twisted cord sprang onto Bolin, piercing her stout plate. The occultist, as if to offer himself the tribute, was torn apart by its writhing limbs. Yeah, and that's why I didn't touch those things. There's well, you can actually find this artifact. We've seen it a few times, and I've actually fooled around with them. Oh wow! We got the 3 of 5 now. The assault was overwhelming. With Cuthbert slain and as Bolin fell, I was driven by rage. I leapt and drove my axe into the creature's many eyes. Purple ichor splashed my face and my very soul shook as it bellowed. The only thing I can recall after was falling swiftly into blackness. Yeah, I was not that lucky in my run-in with this creature. As you may imagine, it pretty much killed me within a very, very limited amount of time. So, yeah. Ever since then, I didn't dare to touch those things ever again. Yeah. And we will have to eventually. I suppose there is a reasonably good reward for it for us, but I never really bothered finding out. Yeah. I suppose as soon as you collect, we gain a fair bit of loot, although it might be even better, because it's something you can pick. But yeah, you probably want to have a really good group with it. Also, how long does this with Blight last? Awful. This guy only has a limited health, so there's no point in marking him now.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Also, what I'm wondering now is, since those are swine people, are they more swine? So could you eat them, or do you eat those or not? Or is that considered cannibalism now? Like, where was that border? How close do they have to be? Just one. I mean, I wouldn't eat those because surroundings, that's not hygienic, but in a pinch, I guess you would want to not eat the thing that would be cannibalism. I suppose you'd probably go for the carrion eaters. Actually, I wouldn't go for those either. Yeah, I wouldn't do well in a dungeon, I suppose. I certainly wouldn't do well in a dungeon. Because I'm kind of picky about my food, although I suppose in such a situation you would go with whatever looks edible enough. Why is he doing that much damage? We're taking incredible amounts of damage with the Houndmaster here. I'm not happy about that. Oh, because we're marked.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Okay, and there is some more loot. We didn't get much food out of those quests. We got 100 gold, which might as well not have. Let's go to the board. Still have plenty of those. And I was hoping for Scout, but nope. Oh, some bandits. Nice. I should probably switch around the skills here. Could go with Breakthrough. Although it doesn't do much damage, so... yeah, it's really up to... It's really up to you if you want to have that. Okay. We'll go with the Barbaric Yarp. Just to get rid of some of that potential damage. Okay, you will harvest. And I suppose we'll have to get the Houndmaster patched up. So his Hound can go nuts. Also, since we have those, let's use one of those. Let's use one of those dog treats. Which will make the Hound a bit more efficient, I think. Yeah, more damage, more accuracy. So it's overall a better Hound. It's like having a complete new Hound. Not great. Okay, stunned, stunned. Okay, no, you're gonna hit, and you're probably gonna hit very hard. He's not very well armed, I suppose. Not very well armored, so the downside. This guy is pretty much sorted out, so there's no need to waste any more attacks on him. Unless, of course, we did need the de-stressing. We don't need to harvest, we can just go slice off here. Because this is a really good hit. Neat. And that didn't leave a corpse, which I don't know why. I suppose it could be because there was so much bleeding on him. The downside is I actually want to use the Iron Swan there, and I can't do that now. We'll just hack away here. Nice. That one did leave a corpse, so what's going on there? We want to Divine Comfort everybody. Yeah, it was probably a good idea. It's somewhat low on health. Ooh, that must hurt. That's gotta hurt. Nice. Yeah, the corpse bleeds out, and for some reason that actually destroys it later on. We got got 2 turns in a row there. Just saying. Not complaining, I'm just noticing it. So I was always under the impression that the turn order is somewhat fixed, based on your speed, but there seems to be a bit of randomness involved, which is kind of interesting. Okay, do I need to do anything with that? Alright, that's one of the quest objects.
Laden with loot.
Sorry, journal page, but you're not going with us. I was hoping we'd also get some regular rations from that. Apparently it only has this one, what is this? There's 2 sacks of grain, even though it only says it's 1. It's clear it's like 2. And some extra. Okay. Curio, trap. That was a good amount of scouting we got in there. Okay, so with this, and I think we have to use holy water on those. Yeah. Okay, useless. We'll like to take that. It is not useless, but it's not great, so I'm gonna leave it here. And there is a trap. We got some hunger here, which is nice. I'm kind of trying to get rid of this 1 stack of food, to be honest. I wouldn't mind getting down to 1 stack. Okay, we have 80 and 60. So 80 almost across the board. And I'll go with you to disarm the traps. I don't know why exactly. Just felt like a good idea. And torch, and in we go. There is no battle at all, but I feel like it might be a good idea to, let's see, we have roughly half the dungeon behind us, so let's actually rest.
A moment of respite.
Let's feast.
Chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
And then we'll sanctuary, because I really don't like being attacked at night. Okay, you could... That's also a nice skill. And there's another I should have used, which is the... which I should have unlocked at the camp, which gives you the ability to actually increase your chances of getting scouts. Or of successfully scouting. And because I absolutely love this, we'll go with this and give it to you. I love this little reference there. If you don't get it, Google it. Oh I was wondering if we could actually get to get the full lyrics there, but apparently not.
Promise of safety.
Okay, now that we have new inventory space, we can use that, because sadly you can't stack those bags of grain. Which does make sense, to be honest. One bag of grain is already quite heavy, so you'd probably not want to stash any further ones. On top of that,
Waiting to be spent.
okay, we're about to enter a fight. Ah, okay, we have one of those wretches there. I hate those. I don't think I've stressed it enough, but I hate those with a passion. It's also very, very quick, which is one of the worst things about them. Quick, and they give you diseases, so they also cost you money in the long run. Which is probably the most annoying bit about them. Die.
Advantage. Give them no quarter.
Let's try to hack the carrier needle away. And then we can mark this fellow here. He tries to go for the Houndmaster. I'm not sure if they actually... no, I think it's attack specific. Sadly you can't read that, but you can see what they have. Okay, let's try to stun him. Yeah, no damage, that's okay, but as long as we get the stun in, we're fine. Okay, target this. Maybe target for like 3 rounds. That should be enough time. That should be way more time than we need. Sadly, I think the only hero that actually makes good use of a marked opponent is the Houndmaster himself. But I don't mind that actually.
Continually onslaught.
Yeah, if you have a Houndmaster and a Bounty Hunter, they're a great team. They will do ridiculous amounts of damage together. Just because they can... Well, they can... surprise them, nice. Just because the Bounty Hunter also does ridiculous amounts of damage if the enemy is marked. Okay. I suppose this guy will have his turn next. Also, what do bad humans do for you? Whoa, they knock off 20% of your max health. Can't say I like that. Also can't say I like not being able to attack this guy here. Well, fine, we'll hit this guy then. They're just as annoying. Okay. Brush this little bastard to the ground. Thank you. And you will, I suppose, dazzle this guy. And I think we're going to break up the episode after this. I think the last 2 episodes were long enough. According to my phone, I've been recording about 2 hours now, so I think that's enough. Actually, need to get back to my thesis. I have been quite busy with it lately, and I hope I'm actually making progress with it. It certainly feels like I am, especially using a bit of downtime my supervisor gave me to record. But yeah, I'll have to get some episodes out of this. So I'm going to break the episode after this, and I think we can actually kill this one. Well, if not, we almost killed him, so it's not a big deal. Let's hack into this. They're a bit too steady and too damaging to actually risk taking longer with killing them, or risk wasting too much time. I mean, we have the Wrestler for healing mostly anyway, so it's okay with her, but I kind of want to make sure that those are dealt with before I actually waste any time, before I actually bother using other skills and attacks with those. You can just do that. Get yourself some adrenaline going. We're actually healed up quite nicely, so we'll just try to dazzle him again for the original torchlight. Which didn't do too much. It got us somewhere. Okay, we'll have that.
Success so clearly.
Don't take that.
Or is it merely a trick of
We'll
the
ignore that.
light?
I think you can, purify that. Nope. Well then, let's inspect it. And we get deeply disturbed. On the bright side, if there is one, in the darkest dungeon, on the bright side, the Heldian should be able to reduce some of that stress very, very soon. Anyway, I'm going to break off the episode here. I'm going to see you on next episode when we finish this adventure. Till then, bye.